disability throughout time, yours and mine. The story.
At the beginning of the Renaissance, the churches were disbanded along with the hospitals within the monasteries. Disabled people were left to fend for themselves, homeless or dependent upon their villages to provide care.
Some individuals with intellectual disabilities found work at the courts, entertaining royalty with their wit and humor. In Elizabethan England, disabled characters were portrayed on stage. Let us go to the Globe Theatre, where a production of Shakespeare's Richard III is taking place.
But I that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking glass. I that am rudely stamped in want love's majesty to strut before a wanton ambling nymph. I that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why I in this weak piping time of peace have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my shadow in the sun and descant on my own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these fair well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain and hate the idle pleasures of these days.
Oh, yes.
What a marvelous performance!
Surely it was, but can you imagine being deformed such as he?
The suffering and unkindness shown even to a king.
But what would happen if one such of us had been born thus?
We could just as easily be struck by a horse and cart in the street and not walk again.
We would be reduced to being beggars like those we see in front of St. Paul's Cathedral.
Surely there is some hospital that could care for us.
Nay, Henry VIII closed them when he banished the Catholic Church.
I hear there was a petition to reopen an almshouse back many years ago.
Yeah, this was never paying any mind to.
In my village, there was a dwarf of such wit he became a fool for the court.
In my village of Norwich, we had a blind baker of considerable success.
And of course, there was Jane the Fool, Natural Fool, and Jester to Queen Catherine and Mary the First.
Let us depart and consider the plight of the poor. Surely they deserve our care.
Disability throughout time, yours and mine. The stories are in the bones, lasting stones. Hey, 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 the bones are crying. Hey, 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 the truth is flying. No more